See that? That's on your head whether you see it or not. So fix it. Don't let anybody mess with it. And remember who the fuck you are. A soul in a meat suit. A divine soul in a meat suit. Better yet, royalty of a soul in a meat suit on a planet full of muggles. Ready? Dear spirit, benevolent beings of light, we call upon you now. What does this divine being of light need to know at this time, my loves? Let's find out. What else? It's got to be another card. Make it happen. Fling on the floor. It did. Oh, we'll take that one too. Oh, yeah. All right, let me get those. Fling on the floor. On the floor. On the floor. So you got sundress 41. Do it for you, not anybody else. Remember that you being your own motivator means no one can take your motivation away from you. Throne, your potential is endless. 45, your potential is endless. 111, as I said that. Number 11, sun. Paint the sun back in your sky. My dear love, don't you let anybody take away your sparkle, your shine, your divinity, your birthright. All of it is yours, and no one can take it away. 117 on my clock as I say that. By the way, this is from Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle Deck by Amanda Lovelace. Okay? So, sundress. Do it for you. When it comes to healing and recovery, make sure you're doing it for yourself, not for somebody else. Becoming too dependent on other people will only end in disappointment. They do want to say, though, be careful of a hyper-independence wound, which is the opposite, and yet comes from the same root. People leave, friends drift, family members become estranged. Your reason needs to be bigger than them, and believe it or not, you are important enough to be that reason. Throne. Your potential is endless. At the risk of sounding cliche, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are a mighty queen, king, royalty, they, them, whatever pronouns feel right, empress, emperor, high priest, high priestess, who is complex enough to be both gentle and valiant, just and magnificent, or any combination you should ever long for. The reason they tell you you cannot have it all is because they are afraid you will become even more amazing, dangerous, brilliant, successful, happy than they ever could be. Here comes the sun, la da da da. Paint the sun back in your sky. Don't build a home that you come crumbling down if a single person walks out of your front door. They just showed me the Three Little Pigs where you're like, no, don't use straw. Mama, why would they use straw to build a house? You're like, yeah, that's the same kind of energy, okay? When it comes down to it, we can't depend on other people to make us feel happy or fulfilled. The fact is that people are going to leave from time to time, and you're the only one who's guaranteed to stay. Take the time to find sources of joy outside of your loved ones and other people. You deserve happiness that lasts. Now, I will say, they keep giving an indicator of also be cautious of a hyper-independence wound through this whole thing. There needs to be a balance between you being your own motivator, which becomes a conversation of you possibly having a people-pleasing codependency, anxious attachment style, love style, combination thing that needs to be cleared versus the other side of this, which would be a hyper independence wound, a lack of trust wound, and that cycle of things. Both of them can still be cleared up to bring you to the true love of life that you want, where you are your own motivator. Sometimes some people have a romantic rejection cycle, and all the things I talk about you should look up just so you know what I'm talking about. Because even that means that you'll pick somebody subconsciously that will never choose you for whatever freaking reason that person has, but some part of your soul, mind, whatever, knows that. And then when they don't pick you, it wounds you so much that it motivates you to either lose weight or drink water or do something for yourself where you're like, aha, I'm going to be better, and then they're going to see me. And that whole cycle comes from a wound. So when you see those for what they are and go, wait a minute, none of that matters when you are a soul in a meat suit unto your own kingdom, which is this gloriousness combination, then if you can pull those things back, especially even with the anxious attachment style stuff, look that up. You want to work towards earned, secure attachment style, where it's not, what do they think of me? How are they feeling about me? Are they looking at me? How, do they like me? What do I need to do to have them like me? Da, 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 da. That becomes an obsessive connection to low self-esteem stuff, or abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, neglect wounds. Those topics were coming up in all of these cards as also, like the thought of somebody leaving or leaving your life or not loving you anymore is such a scary thing. You might self-sabotage by picking a person that would do that just because it proves your narrative that you're walking your life through. So 555, as I said that. So when you can take these topics in a way of like, all right, I'm not going to claim that all of this applies to me. I'm going to learn about it so I can see it in others, and I can make sure that I'm over that instead of in it. That can help you by itself in a perspective, because a lot of people are coming from all those things and interacting badly with you in some cases because they know you're this, and all it does is remind them that they don't feel that way about them. So they might take it out on you, and you'll be like, I did nothing. I was so nice. What happened? What happened? Your energy showed this mermaid queen, magical divinity. I mean, she has fire coming out of her hands. So, I mean, and if that's your energetic calling card where you're not doing anything, that's just your divinity speaking through, the light of you speaking through, then all you're seeing is all of those that are like, I would have to do so much work to even get near that level. But they're not thinking it here. They're thinking it like here, where most people don't even realize they're thinking things. So, and it becomes from their wounds, their patterns, their issues. So if you can, in a way, go, why do I want them? Why are they allowed in my kingdom? Why are they allowed near my realm? What have they done? What have they proved more than just words? Like those kinds of things. And it's not meant as snobbery. Oh, you think you're so much better than everybody. It's depending what everybody you're around. Listen, if I'm surrounded by crackheads, yes, I am the better one of the entire group. I'm not slamming them. I'm not judging them. I'm going to try to figure out if I can get them help. But they are certainly not my everybody. So it's okay if I'm like, yes, I am absolutely better than that because I have done the healing and not been in that. Doesn't mean that I'm better in a superior, like, sort of way. By the way, whatever that sound was perfect for that, wasn't it? Imaginary, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. There's that woman with the weird hat and the weird nose and the earrings, and she's always like, darling. I feel like that was a sound she would make. Anyway, try to look those things up, all right? Even if you do searches on TikTok, because a lot of times I've found so many sources of amazing, accurate information on these topics on here. I try to share them sometimes, repost them sometimes. You'll see them in my stories occasionally. But the more you understand these dynamics and where these things come from, the better you can handle coworkers that are problematic and can't wake up. By the way, you can't go save or tell these people about it. Don't try to be that person. It's like leading the horse and trying to force water down his throat. You're just drowning it at that point. It's not going to work out for you either. It's going to kick you at the same time or try to bite you, kind of analogy, all right? So all you do is you stand in this. And remember that when everything else is dark, you're the one that brings the light. So yeah, people that don't have that ability are going to be kind of annoyed. There's nothing you could do, and you don't dim it. You just remember those aren't your people. And they get to appreciate your light, whether they like it or not. And maybe that'll be the catalyst to make them try to figure out their light source. But no matter what, do it for you. Your potential is endless. Endless. You're so capable of so much more than you believe. And you are the sun in most people's skies. And you don't realize that because you're looking around feeling like you're stuck in darkness. Which is kind of what the sun would see if it's peering out into the solar system, right? It's a bright star. It's a very bright star, the sun, right? And that's what you are, a very bright star looking at a lot of lost dark souls trying to figure out why they're not being nice to you when you reign supreme and are a light source unto yourself. Thank you for existing. We needed you here. Don't go anywhere. I love you. Truly.